Yo, welcome to a very special year-end show. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and if you can't tell, we're doing it pretty big this year. We've got our list of the top 5 sneakers of 2021, but they weren't decided by a bunch of old sneakerheads sitting on a round table. No, you actually made this happen. You, the person watching this video right now. Thanks to our friends over at eBay, they provided us with some data that you will want to see. So your searches and your sales made 2021 a year for sneakers that we won't forget. These are all eBay numbers, and we know the numbers don't lie, and they certainly don't spell disaster. So let's kick things off with the biggest number of 2021 on eBay sneakers, and that is 89,999. That is the price of the most expensive game-worn sneaker on eBay this year. A LeBron James signed pair of the Nike Zoom LeBron 2 All-Star PE worn by James during the 2005 All-Star Game. It was the first of many appearances by the King to the annual event, and it was monumental because it's not every day that we see one of the greatest ever just have sneakers like this on sale. Imagine what the final price would be for a Jordan, worn Air Jordan 1 that he rocked during his first All-Star Game. Anyway, congrats to whoever paid for those LeBron 2s. Not only did they get a great piece to show off, but the sneaker is only going to go up in value as the years go on. Air Jordan 1s worn and signed by Michael Jordan during his rookie year are going into 6 figures now. As young LeBron fans who adore James grow up and get that disposable income, they're going to be searching for those historical pieces, such as a signed game-worn pair of kicks that he wore to his first All-Star game. Another big number is 20 million, as in the number of searches that were done in search of that perfect pair of dunks. Yes, any reports or rumors of the dunks' demise are sadly misinformed because the dunks are on a high, the likes we haven't seen in a while in sneaker culture. I would not be surprised if this time next year, we're looking at yet another amazing year for dunks, assuming we can all find the colorway that we adore and in the size that we actually want. With that in mind, here are the top 5 most searched sneakers on eBay. Number 5, Adidas Superstar. The only pair from the 3 stripes to make the list, which might be a surprise to some people, namely Yeezy fans. But when you consider just how ubiquitous the iconic white and black sneaker is, it shouldn't come as a surprise. It's a staple of any sneaker collection, and if you don't have one, you probably should have one. Some of the standouts of 2021 include a Bathing Ape collab, the unique Kerwin Frost Super Stuff version, and their mini team-ups with Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars. Number 4, Air Jordan 1. Now, here's a pair you probably do have, but judging from its place in the top 5, you still need more ones in your life. Jordan Brand dropped plenty of ones in 2021, whether it be lows or mids or highs or limited collabs. Number 3, Nike Air Max 270. In just a few years, the Air Max 270 has emerged as a staple of Nike's Air Max division. Let's be honest, Nike doesn't always hit with their yearly Air Max offerings, but the 270 jumped out from the pack thanks to a number of hot colorways. Not only that, variants like the 270 React are super popular in their own right. And then shout out to the Bauhaus colorway that was on every casual sneakerhead's favorite pair of kicks for like 2 years running. Number 2, the Nike Air Max 90. But while the Air Max 270 moved up the ladder of greatest Air Maxes of all time, it has a long way to go before it catches the GOAT, the Nike Air Max 90. Apologies to fans of the Air Max 1 and Air Max 95 like myself, but people were searching far and wide for the 90s in 2021. While the 90 Bacon might be the most noteworthy release, people were looking for classic colorways from years past. And number 1, Nike Dunks. The dunk continues to keep going, and we don't seem to be slowing down soon, as evidenced by the 20 million searches for a pair we mentioned earlier. Classic colorways that paid homage to iconic basketball programs like Michigan and Syracuse and Kentucky were big hits, but so were colorways that kept it simple, like black and white. Thanks to their versatility, I bet these kicks will be on this list next year as well. Now, if you're looking for a sneaker and a brand that is one on the rise in 2022, look no further than New Balance. They've got a number of popular silhouettes that got people paying attention this year. Not to mention a critically acclaimed collab with Salehi Bembury. Shout out to the 574 yurt. Searches for the New Balance 237 went up over 500% back in March, and its momentum continued on. Will the New Balance 550 be on the list next year? Wouldn't be a bad idea. Like going through all of this data, one thing we noticed is that big moments also played a role in the number of searches for kicks. When the late Kobe Bryant was inducted into the Hall of Fame earlier this year, searches for his Kobe 5 Pro Trail went up by 118%. I wonder what percentage of those actually came from NBA players who are looking for Kobe Pro Trails, since Nike can no longer make new ones at the moment. And now let's talk about Yeezys. Ever the master marketer, Kanye West's latest album, Donda, paid off big, not only in terms of streams, but also in curiosity for his Yeezy brand with Adidas. As Ye promoted the album through his various listening parties inside giant stadiums, searches of the Yeezys went through the roof, highlighted by the Yeezy foam runner, of course, which was up a whopping 534% during the first few weeks of Donda's release. Now let's look at some more big numbers. LeBron James had a busy summer promoting Space Jam: A New Legacy, and it seemed to have worked to put a spotlight on his signature Nike LeBron 18. While the movie dropped to middling reviews, it was a hit among kids. Sneakerheads were way more interested in the Nike LeBron 18 lows that tied into the movie, in particular a special edition colorway that even included an Xbox controller. Sales for the Nike LeBron 18 jumped 459% around the time of the movie's release. When you think about sneaker months, you don't really think about March, but it was the busiest month of 2021. It makes sense though. People were starting to figure out what was the best releases from February's All-Star Weekend drops, and they were also starting to get their tax refund checks, to be honest. Yeezy sales doubled in that time, but they weren't the only kicks getting attention. The New Balance 993s, Adidas Stan Smiths, and Air Max 90s also saw some gains, with people looking for new everyday kicks. Giannis Antetokounmpo also got the All-Star bump as sales for the Nike Zoom Freak 2 Play for the Future went up 100% in that time. With next year's All-Star game coming up, I wonder if Giannis's newly minted championship credentials will help whatever his new Zoom Freak 3 All-Star colorway is going to be. Yeezy slides might not be the most complicated pair of sandals you've ever seen in your life, but they were getting plenty of sales buzz. In September, sales went up 223% thanks to the resurgence of Ye's profile after the release of Donda in late August, and a bunch of new colorways that got the kids hyped. And I get it. Once you go with Team Comfy, it's hard to go back. I'm a Croc guy. And now the top 5 sneakers sold in 2021. Drum roll, please. Number 5, the Nike Air Force 1. Like the Adidas superstars earlier, the Air Force 1 just can't fail. The classic white on white sneaker never goes out of style, making it a great entry-level sneaker for anybody who wants to dip their toes into the shoe game. Of course, the fact that they have become a go-to for influencers on social media can be understated as well. Number 4, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350. There are now literally dozens of Yeezy 350s out there, between the V1 and the V2s and then the reflective variants. Kanye once said that he wanted Yeezys to be as commonplace as Air Force 1s and Jordans, and he followed through on that claim this year. And now Yeezys are easier to find than ever before. You can expect them to be a staple on this list for a long, long time. Number 3, the Nike Air Max 90. If it's going to be on the most popular searches, that must mean the sales for them are going to be pretty healthy as well, right? Like we mentioned earlier, people love the versatility of the Air Max 90 and their classic look combined with so many colorways out there that can really work with any outfit. Number 2, the Nike Dunk. When your catalog includes exclusives in men's and women's sizes, SBs, and one pair of mids, shout out to Social Status for that one there, then it's no surprise that so many Dunks were sold in 2021. Dunks are going to be on the mind of every sneakerhead as they fill out their top 10 list of faves from this year. From the late Virgil's 50 Deer Summer Dunks to Nike SB's numerous projects with skate brands that you actually may have forgotten were in 2021. For example, remember the Carpet Company Dunk Highs? Yeah. That was 2021. And then number 1, Air Jordan 1. Surprise, surprise. Or should I say, no surprises here. Jordan 1s easily take the top spot for the sheer number of releases this year alone. And that's not even counting pairs that were released in the past several years. Mids, center courts, Zoom 1s are all part of that pie that we think is dominated just by the Jordan 1 highs and lows. We haven't forgotten the pairs that are far from the sphere of hype and are only sold in kid sizes either. So all in all, a very productive year for the Jumpman. In 2022, we actually expect them to be in the top 5 yet again. All right, so that's gonna do it for the top 5s of 2021. I hope you've all enjoyed the content we gave you in 2021. Have a safe and happy holiday and enjoy the new year. I'm Jacques Slade, and I'll see you soon. Peace.